Welcome to the channel. I am your host, Rain of Fire, and we're going to be looking over, well, one of the biggest mocks that I have ever done for this channel. So let's get into it. Now, this is a little backstory for this. I was doing a lot of these mech ideas like I have done for the Enterprise, the Star Trek Enterprise, which you can go look at for my previous video. Now I'm doing TRON because, well, the new movie is coming out actually next month, so I wanted to do something to commemorate that. So I made this, and boy, oh boy, is she a chunky one. So a lot of the time when I've been making these kind of builds and such, I've always been more used to legs, to arms, a big bulky body and such. But however, it's very limiting. So I searched around and I realized, wait, why don't I do a wheel like how Demolisher and Scavenger from Transformers the Bayverse stuff had one wheel, technically two, but was rolling around on one wheel. So I did this. And I think it honestly looks really darn good for it. And it can roll. So I'm going to click on it, and you'll the hinge, and you can see that I can move it. So it has no restriction. There's no any problems with it happening, which is a really, really good thing. Now this wheel is part number 59521. So not, and it only comes in black and lime, which lime is the cheapest for this. So, or if you wanted to 3D print, you could 3D print, but then again, it's kind of harder to get it right. And it just really feels good because this is like a bigger, bulkier kind of design that I wanted to go with. And I think I really nailed that down to a T for this. Now, what you're probably wondering, well, the arms look kind of weird. That is true. They're using these ratchet joints, which I've now been lately wanting to use for builds, because not only does it help with the joints and making sure that the part doesn't go flopping around everywhere like normal stuff, it keeps the stiffness and allows you to pose without having the need to be scared of it messing up or something, which I think, in my opinion, is a really, really good decision. Now, throughout this entire thing, you will see like these things, which I can't really do, unfortunately, because, I mean, I could switch it to black so that way it's all nicely more, like, connected. But then there are some parts that just, like, see here, that don't even have it, so it's kind of sad. But that's how the dice roll, you know. One thing that I did want to do for this whole mock was keep with a certain vibe. Now, I've never, ever seen the original Tron movie, so sorry, but I have always loved the Legacy movie because, like, the effects, the soundtrack, I've been listening to the soundtrack lately, which is just such a banger from Daft Punk, the group, the two people that composed the soundtrack, and everything about it, like, it was just really cool. I never seen anything like that before. So, and I kept with that, keeping with a nice black color scheme with the trans light blue, this trans light blue color. So, now, could you change this? Well, due to the movie, you could change it to the neon orange for, say, like a bad villain. And that's completely fine. It would make sense in that retrospect. So it doesn't have to always be in this light blue. It can be in the neon orange, which is perfectly fine, which makes a lot of sense thematically. The arms are very spindly because I didn't focus that much on them, and wanting to have more of like these armored core kind of design for the arms, which I really like that I did. The torso can move independently from this due to these bits right here. So if I click on this, and you can see this once I hover over it, it's showing the whole thing, so then I can just turn it. So it's actually a really good usage of that part. And you can see it here too, so it's not in any way limited in how it's going to be done. Now the head, unfortunately, I feel like I could have done it a little bit better, but at the moment I think I like it how I want to have it, with this kind of coloring that just is a vibe with it. And it kind of has that hint of the OG, those visors from the actual movies, which is really cool. Now, is there a red version for this? Unfortunately, not for these parts. You would have to most likely keep them in a black. But the parts like these, because the Tron Ares movie's coming out, you can put them into a trans red color, which that's completely fine in your opinion to do, which I'm not going to let you just... Yeah. So I think it's actually kind of a cool thing. So, and all of this just feels a vibe. Now this, I forgot who I found it, but it was a person that was redoing the Lego Ninjago movie Mechs, and this was the Cult was Earth Mech, which was really cool. And it was a vibe. I changed up some parts to like the part here, so to be able to have this be connected, which I thought was really cool. If this was built, it would be a lot different, but I do feel like it could be a completely cool design to do. Would I want to do it in the future? Maybe, if I had more parts, but a lot of these things they don't really do anymore. And if we look at the color thing, you'll see that unfortunately there are some colors that just don't come in the color that I want them to be. Now, someone in the Discord that I'm in actually liked what I had and built me this, which was really cool. So thank you to that person. So that way this can rest on this without rolling around and such, which is really a good idea to have and to do. So I'm just proud of this because it's is my biggest mock to date, just from stuff. And the funny thing is, this is over 1,300 like pieces. Like, hold on, let me see. It's you couldn't see it. If you would to pause that, you would have seen like all the parts and such. So, but yeah, it is a really cool idea to do, and I'm wanting to do more like this in the future. If you want to see more like this, please consider helping by liking this video in support of my channel. That way I can be able to do more of these for you guys and have fun doing this, because I had a lot of fun working on this and trying to rack my brain on how to make it. So yeah, thank you for watching. And as I always say at the end of these videos, stay alive and keep the fire alive, and I shall see you next time.